Hi, I'm Jonathan Heath, and I work for the Family Violence Project in Augusta, and I am a student at UMA right now for a bachelor's degree in mental health and human services. My executive director came to actually the whole staff and presented on it. It was something that she was made aware of, and I was the lucky recipient. As an advocate in the domestic violence field, I feel like furthering my education would be like a master key to opening new doors so that I can maximize the use of my voice in advocacy. I would ultimately like to connect myself with a national organization related to domestic violence in order to sort of further the movement. Ultimately, I'd like to get myself connected with a national domestic violence organization and work to educate public awareness and just sort of link up to further the domestic violence movement. Current obstacles, I would say, are just to find time in order to do the schoolwork. I've sort of perfected a plan where every weekend I devote a specific time segment to studies. I've learned to be smart with, exactly what I need to do to hand in the homework that I need, and after a while you get it, I think. Sure. I think for right now the balance is between work, being a single dad, and schoolwork. There's not a whole lot of personal time involved, and that's just a commitment that I'm willing to make right now. So the schoolwork I sort of balance after my daughter goes to sleep on the weekends, so it doesn't interfere with our life. So yes, work here will allow you to use vacation time if you need for classes, if you need to go to class during like a work day, and there is a stipend yearly if you need it to use it for school. Initially, when I got this job, the agreement was that I would get my bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and so that has been the incentive to sort of get me jump-started and really put my shoulder into it. So that's my executive director really encouraged me to go for this scholarship, and it was incredibly helpful. I think when I sort of first thought about going back to school, after having been out for so many years, over 20 years, it seemed to me like not a doable thing. There were so many classes still ahead of me, and as I look back now, I see really just one class after another, and suddenly I'm within 5 classes of my bachelor's degree. And so I would just say, just do it. You'll never sort of finish if you don't just start. A mentor would say to me one time when I said, I don't see how I would ever have time to finish my degree. And she said, "You're going to be living out these years, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Well, if you just take some classes while you're living out those years, at the end of those years you'll have a degree." So it's really about sort of having something to show. I'm a single father, divorced. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and spend most of my time with her. We go hiking, and we have a tight-knit family. My brother and I live on the same road with my parents. We've all bought houses on that road, so they support me. My daughter gets off the bus there at my parents' house every day. And hi, I'm Jonathan. I work for the Family Violence Project in Augusta, and I'm the Director of Education Programs here, working with community educators and the Men's Work program, the Certified Batterers Intervention program. I also go to UMA as a part-time student, and recently graduated from Kennebec Valley Community College with an associate's degree. The main obstacle that I faced initially when I first graduated high school, I went right to college, and that got interrupted by a domestic violence incident within my family. My sister had been abused for 15 years by my brother-in-law, and sort of came out and asked for help, and so our family banded together, and I left college at that point to sort of be with her.